Hello everyone, I'm going to be making a video. Well, not really making a video, but I guess I'll be talking about Ron Paul today. And there's nothing wrong with him. He has some very good ideas, some very influential views. And like I said, I'm not really here to dog on him. I'm just here to talk about some of his views. A lot of people don't really ask questions about some of them, and without questions, there's no answers, right? But I guess let's start off on the good parts of Ron Paul. He's got a good foreign policy. He does not wish to go to war with Iran just because they have a nuclear weapon. What's the point? Everybody in the world damn near has one. What's the point of going to war with a nation just because they have one? If that was the case, we'd be going to war with China, right? But he wants to in the Federal Reserve, I guess we can all agree with that. They're not doing their job. It took $700 billion from the American people, and they made record profits, so they really didn't even need the money. So it was all about greed in the end. But I don't know if they should get let off that. To me, I don't think the people who run the Federal Reserve should get off that easily. Just ending it. I think they should be brought to justice. To be honest, but I guess starting off with ending the Federal Reserve, yeah, that'd be cool. He says he stands up for individual rights. I guess that's a good thing. Um, let's see. He's a very influential person. Like if you haven't heard of Ron Paul, you need to get the fuck under from underneath the fucking rock. I mean, if you ever heard of this guy, wow. Um, Extremely anti-war. That's a good thing. Uh, He says that this is one of the things I find controversial, but not pretty bad, but it's kind of controversial. He says he wants to end the war on drugs, but he wants to give states like more power than the federal government. So in a sense, what would be the point of ending the war on drugs? Because in some states, they would probably enforce more toughen up the laws on drugs, so it'd probably be worse than the war on drugs. In my type of view, it would be a lot worse to give states. I mean, states already have total power. I mean, and the federal government pretty much balances it out, but the states pretty much have their own power to run themselves and enforce their laws. But if the state, to me, has more power than the federal government, then let's just say a person who gets caught with weed might end up getting 20 years in jail because the state has unlimited power. But what they're trying to say, what most people are trying to say, is that you could move if you don't like the laws. Well, what if everybody has their wacky laws and it's just like there's nowhere to really go but California? I mean, do I have to go all the way to California to be free? you know? But his views on gay marriage is kind of similar to mine. I believe it should be a religious ceremony. It shouldn't be left to the federal government to decide what goes on between a man and a woman or a man and a man. It's pretty much nobody else's business besides the two individuals. Um, let's see. He wants to end, if he could. I'm not really sure, but I have a link in the bottom. He wants to end Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare. These are social safety nets for the elderly, and they say we got to take care of our elderly. Elderly don't make a lot of money. When you reach that specific age, you don't make a lot of money. That's and Medicaid is for people who can't afford pretty much any type of medical care at all. But he said he would actually, if not, probably cut or end them. But like I said, the link is in the bottom. But the thing is, most people don't realize that everyone pays. If you have a check, if you have any type of check that you get from work, if you look on your pay stub, it shows what takes out. All this money has already been taken out. Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare. And they take out a bit. You pay a lot in taxes, I have to tell you, and you pay a little bit towards yourself with unemployment. But it's just like if you end it, how would you pay all the people back their money? Like, would it just end? Would everything just go bankrupt, and how would he be able to pay us back? Like, you don't understand how much he pay in taxes. The American people pay in taxes, and just like there's gonna be some repercussions of that if that ever happens. But I think he was just saying that because at the same time he was saying we can only choose one route or the other. Either we could choose more. He says he wants to. That's another thing. That's another thing that's good about him. He's very anti-war, and he's saying, I guess if you look at it this way, he's saying either we can have more years of war and lose our social services, or we can have our social services and end all these plain stupid wars. So it's like we can either have one or the other. And I kind of, I guess that's what he was saying. I really wasn't sure about the link in the bottom, but I guess you could say he's trying to kind of giving the people a choice. Either it's more war or you get your social services. So it's one or the other, I guess. But and then he wants to go back to the gold standard. Now, there's a reason why people don't use the gold standard anymore. You know, because it's just a symbol of wealth. You know, paper money now is a symbol of wealth. And if you think about it, when the Great Depression was happening, what were we using? We were using the gold standard. And when Great Britain was having this economic decline, what were they using? They were using the gold standard. Our system, nobody in the world pretty much uses the gold standard anymore. It's because it's why it's totally it gives you the edge of economic decline. It's just it's not needed anymore. Like it's really better off that it's gone than being used today. Now we have like a kind of instead of a gold system, we have like a debt system, and they say it it actually works a lot better, so to speak. But I don't know. If you ask me, both of the systems are both collapsing. Like, but they say the gold standard is pretty much worthless. I mean, think about it. Even if we traded our paper money for gold, it still we'd still be in debt. So what would be the point of even going to gold? I mean, our treasuries already hold gold. It I don't know. Some people have different perspectives about it. You know, they say, well, maybe if we use the gold standard, maybe our economy might get back and jumping. But it's not really anything but a symbol of wealth. That's all it really is. You know, he thinks just because we have gold, it I think he's thinking on the basis of gold as being more valuable than paper money. I mean, we all know this, but in some instances, say like if the dollar fails, it's just like I said, it's a symbol of wealth. Before there was dollars, everyone used gold. That's all it is. If the more gold you had, the more rich you were. Like if your money failed, like the American dollar was supposed to be almost similar to gold. But if your economy is failing, everybody's going to use gold because that's the most. Everybody accepts gold. It's like the Mastercard. But so if everything fails, you go back to gold. But I get, like I said, I guess it would work. But at the same time, we'd still be in debt. What would be the point of getting gold? I guess it would work. I don't know, but like I said, I would look for some positive comments about all these issues. Like I said, this man, he's out of any other president, I would say, wow, he's a doctor. You know, he's a congressman, and he's been talking about the same issues for years. He's been talking about the housing market crashing before it even crashed, and this was back in the '80s. Like he's the only one that's been talking about the same thing for a very very long time. And it's like I have nothing against this man. I don't know if I'm going to be voting for Ron Paul or Obama because it just seems like I don't know if I want to vote this year. I mean, I probably would because we haven't really seen what he really has to offer yet. He's still making speeches. You know, he's still around the internet. He's still in the GOP debate, and yeah, we gotta see. I want to see really what he brings to the table before I vote for him, because really I don't want to vote for Obama or anyone right now. But like I said, I just only time will tell. I just have to wait. But if anybody could explain or give me any positive comments, I don't really care if you thumbs up or down because this was such a poorly made video, and You know, it was during the holidays. I had to go pick up my mother from the airport actually, so I'm kind of in a hurry too. But I would love to discuss a debate about this issue or discuss it. Really, it's for educational purposes and whatnot. But uh, just I guess just leave some comments and message me. But otherwise than that, peace.